You've probably heard a million takes about the best shot in tennis. Federer's forehand, Kyrgios' serve, Novak's backhand, Rafa's banana passing shot that defies physics and spins like it's from another planet. But today, we're gonna flip the script. And we're asking the question, what's the hardest shot to hit in tennis? And to preface, no, we don't mean difficult to execute perfectly. We mean the shot that pros dread, the one you don't necessarily practice, and the one that turns even elite players into amateurs mid-rally. Is it the tweener lob, the running forehand slice, maybe a drop volley under pressure? Or is it something way more subtle, something sometimes so rare we never think about it? Today we're breaking down every major tennis shot and declaring the undisputed hardest one to pull off under pressure. Let's start with the most practiced and most misunderstood shot in tennis. The serve. You'd think the serve would be the most difficult. After all, it's the only shot where you have full control. It's also the most complex shot mechanically. There's ball toss, timing, rotation, leg drive, racket drop, and follow through. And all of those have to sync perfectly. But here's the thing. You get time to hit it. It's repetition in every match, and you practice it endlessly. Pros hit hundreds of serves a day. By the time they're on tour, the serve isn't scary. It's automatic. Now, what about the return of serve? Well, it's an absolute nightmare at the pro level. You've got 140 mile per hour rockets coming at you, and you have milliseconds to react. But again, this is a high volume shot. You see it every game, every match, and you train for it. And the very best, they don't just return it. They weaponize it. Novak, Agassi, even Murray. They've all built legacies on being elite returners. So yes, it's hard, but absolutely manageable. Now what about the forehand? Well, it's probably the most iconic shot in tennis. The moneymaker. It can be flicked, whipped, flattened, looped. The forehand is the Swiss Army knife of tennis strokes. But it's also probably the most practiced shot in the world. Juniors even hit thousands of forehands before they even learn to volley. It's the comfort zone. Even when you're off balance, you still try to hit a forehand. So while the forehand is complicated, it's not necessarily scary. Now let's look a little deeper. Some shots don't look that bad until you're on the court. Take the drop shot, for example. This one's all feel. No power, backspin, just touch, disguise, and guts. You have to hit it soft, but not too soft, or else you'll just see it go straight in the net. You need just enough backspin to keep it low. And worst of all, it has to look exactly like a normal ground stroke until the very last second. It's all about the disguise. One mistake, and you gift your opponent an easy winner. Drop shots are brutal, especially on slower courts. But here's the thing, they're optional. You choose when to hit them. You only go for it if the moment feels right. So yeah, they're high risk, but you're never forced to hit one. The overhead smash. Okay, now we're talking. In theory, it's easy. A serve without the toss. You've got a floating lob coming your way, you should feast on it. But in reality, you're backpedaling, sometimes the sun is in your eyes, wind is moving the ball, your footwork is rushed, and if you miss, it looks horrendous. Even Federer has flubbed overheads on big points. And Novak, the greatest of all time, has had the crowd audibly gasp when he mishits an overhead. It's a shot you expect to make, which makes missing it feel 10 times worse. Overheads are a strong contender for most difficult, but more so because of the pressure. And before we reveal the number one hardest shot in tennis, we want to hear from you. Seriously, pause the video, scroll to the comments, and tell us, what's the one shot that makes you feel like a beginner? Maybe it's the backhand pass, maybe it's the drop volley, maybe you just panic when you get a short ball. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments, and while you're down there, you might as well hit that like button and subscribe to Hot Take Tennis. Alright, back to the shots. The on-the-run backhand. So this one flies under the radar. You're sprinting wide, out of possession, typically have to force an open stance, and you have to flick a two-hander cross-court with power and control. Most club players can't even reach this shot, let alone hit a winner. It's a survival shot, all core balance and timing, and most people probably take it as a slice. The pros? Well, they turn this into a counterpunching weapon. Think Novak or Medvedev sliding into the corners and whipping it back like nothing. But again, it's somewhat common. It's part of the grind. It's not rare enough to be considered the hardest. Then there's the slice. It's elegant, old school, and it's deceptively hard. Why? Because it's all about that racket face angle. If you're off by just a few degrees, you float it, giving your opponent a short ball that they can take advantage of. Or worse, you might even shank it, or plop that sucker in the net. It's also tough to disguise and even tougher to use offensively. But at the top level, slice is used strategically, not reactively. So while it's tricky, it's not necessarily terrifying. And drumroll please, because here it is. You might have already guessed it, but the one shot that separates highlight reels from blooper reels. The backhand overhead smash. Yes, that weird, awkward, totally unnatural motion where you're tracking a lob and suddenly can't turn in time for a forehand overhead. So what do? You jump, you twist, you flail, and you hit a backhand smash. Let us explain why this is the most difficult shot in all of tennis. Number one, no one practices it. Ever seen a coach feed 50 lobs to practice backhand smashes? Of course not. You might go months without seeing one in a match. And a lot of the time, their recommendation from coaches is just to run around it. Get that footwork around the ball and hit a regular overhead. Number two, it's completely unnatural. You're hitting an overhead motion backwards. Your body is twisted, turned the wrong way, your arm is late, your eyes lose the ball. It's like trying to throw a javelin behind your head. There's no margin for error. You either hit it perfectly or it goes 20 feet out. There's no safe backhand smash. And it's always defensive. You're hitting it because you're late. It's a shot of desperation, not dominance. Even pros avoid it. They'll run around the ball just to hit a forehand overhead. They'll even let the ball bounce instead of trying to hit it in the air. You want proof? Watch any highlight reel of the backhand smash. They either look like genius improvisations or absolute disasters, or they just don't exist altogether. So what's the hardest shot to hit in tennis? It's not the flashy tweeners, it's not the aces or the passing shots, it's the awkward, ugly, unpracticed, and unavoidable backhand smash. It's the shot no one wants to hit, and yet every player will face at some point in their tennis career. Because tennis isn't just about skill, it's about improvisation. And when chaos hits, the backhand smash separates the artists from the amateurs. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you're clearly a tennis nerd like us. So do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more tennis deep dives, and share this video with the next person who misses a backhand smash and wants to blame their racket. We'll see you in the next one.